Hello, dear friends, lovely audiences, my lovely brothers and sisters. Welcome to the East West Show with the G&E TV. Now, with the affiliation with the CBS, we have a brand new name that is the ICT TV. So, both names that we are. EDI is the flagship, and today, by the setting, you will probably tell that something big is going on. Okay, you are right. Something big, very big. Every year on the mark of Thanksgiving, we do a Thanksgiving special. And I put together my employees plus my dear backup guy, Ken Hemming, a political commentator, a writer, and a CPA for life, and a lover for community forever, and to include my employees. And later I would ask them to introduce themselves to you together for a show that we call Thanksgiving Special. Why do we do this Thanksgiving Special? One thing I can promise you, the word Thanksgiving is not at all a news. And even a 3-year-old know the word Thanksgiving. And why do we do Thanksgiving over and over again every year? We want to make it a constant call. It is not a day job. It is not a day on that very specific day in the morning. Oh, Thanksgiving, I got to be thankful. It is a day-to-day, day-in, day-out job that we want to make a constant call for you to be thankful to, well, whatever you want to do. So. And with that as a lead line, which is long enough, we want to commence open with the introduction first. I'll start with the Dr. Cui, Dr. Bonnie Cui, on my right-hand side, please.
My name is Bonnie, and I'm working here for 3 years now. So I think this is the third time I come to this special episode of Mr. Zhao's a program. So this is very successful for him to invite me again this year, and this is a special time, so I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Thank you. That's short enough, right? What do you do?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to say that. I'm a news editor, and also I direct some kind of mini documentary. So yeah, that's my job. And writing news stories.
And Dr. Cui is one of the most promising young people here with the EDI group. As you can see, even though she talks like as if in a way that everybody here bites, we don't bite. We don't bite. Take it easy. We don't bite, right?
You like mention that every time.
Yeah, that must be truth.
I have to remind her. I said, Bonnie, please keep in mind, we don't bite, okay? We don't bite. Anyway, she's a very humble person. And later on, we will ask her take of Thanksgiving. To my right-hand side, somebody you know already. However, an introduction is absolutely necessary.
Well, I'm Ken Hemming. I'm honored to be on Jack's show on a rather regular basis, about once a week. And also, I practice Thanksgiving every day, every breath I take. I'm thankful for the ability to inhale and exhale. Someday that will end. And so I maximize the joy of life on a breath-by-breath basis. And I love doing the show, and I love writing and using my brain. I'm a retired CPA, and life is beautiful.
You might also want to mention about how many shows you've done with me altogether.
226. He's pretty sick of me by now.
On a weekly basis, you're talking about that's 226 weeks, almost 5 years.
You know, and it's a great honor to be a part of your community here, and for Mr. Su to allow me to participate. It's a really big honor.
If a baby was born on the day we started, day one, show one though, now she goes to school.
Oh yeah. Right. Well, as a matter of fact, I do have a 7 and 3 and 1-year-old grandkids, and they were born sometime.
Mention their name, please.
Chloe is 7 years old, a wonderful young lady. Camille's 3 years old, incredibly sweet, loving person that pretends she loves me. And then Clayton is a 1-year-old boy that looks at me and has no idea who I am. So So it's just great
He is
to have a
rich.
little blood.
He's rich.
And my daughter, Lauren, is my
very
dream.
good. And a very happy family. And he's of the very traditional conservative style, I call him.
True.
You call it classic, be free to do so. And to my left-hand side is a new member of the EDI team. And she and I bear the same last name, right? Zhao, Z-H-A-O. Only she's Sissy, I'm Jack. So, your turn, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Cici Zhang, and I work in new media department in EDI, and I'm also a news editor and a reporter also. I came from China, and my hometown's name is Xi'an, which is famous for food and history. Yeah, so...
The Warriors.
Yeah, Terracotta
Yeah,
Warriors.
right.
Yeah, that's my brothers.
Yeah.
Xi'an where?
Xi'an Lantian.
Lantian, oh yeah. Lantian,
it's
lots of jade, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
it's famous for
okay,
jade,
all right, good,
yeah.
good. How many years have you been here?
I came to America in 2012 to finish. I did my bachelor's degree here and the master's degree is here.
All right, good.
What
very
schools,
good.
may I
Very
ask?
good.
Ohio University.
Good.
Ohio
I'm
University.
very proud that I am a Bobcat in
Bobcat.
university. I'm a Bobcat. Yes.
Very good, very good. So you can see EDI has lots of young people,
Proud of
which means future, right? I'm not saying we're old enough to walk away, but it is always good to have those young people to back us up, right? And the next to her is my old friend. We antedates at least 5 years, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, Paul, please.
Yes, my name is Paul James. I host the English news every morning, at least Monday through Friday. Do the news for all the cities in the East Coast and the central U.S. and Hawaii. And I'm also co-host for the radio version, the weekend radio version of From East to West.
Oh yeah. Which is the work I left over, right?
Yes.
All right, very good, very good. So in your today's news, though, would you include our show today?
Yes.
So yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah, they say ICT TV, lots of show hosts and news editors sit together in
Yeah.
a celebration of Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yep. I always look forward to the show every year. We've been doing this.
By reminding people why we got to be thankful, right? And what, right? Okay, very good. My lovely audiences, like I said in the very beginning, Thanksgiving is not a one-day job. As a holiday, it is one day. It has only 24 hours, not even a minute more, not even a minute less. Just exactly like same of the rest 364 days. However, it is a call. It is a harbinger. It is a call to move on forward to people. Say, hey, wake up. You got to think who you are. You got to think what you see, what you deserve. And you always got to be thankful to or of whatever surrounds you. Am I making a right call, my dear brother?
And I just want to say I'm so proud to be with young talent, okay? I'm tired of hanging out with other guys like me. This is great. My honor.
All right. And this is an intelligent group.
Compared to me, yes.
Yeah, sure.
For sure.
This is an intelligent group.
They're
Oh,
great.
by the way, my friend Ken Hemming is a writer himself. His book, Life Simple, 100 Words to Live By, is my Bible and next to my pillow in between me and my wife. That's how close it is to me. It is to me, right?
Pretty good.
Well, don't laugh. It is a good book.
I'm
Oh, I
honored.
know. I'm familiar.
Have you read? You read that book?
No, but I think I've looked at from years past.
He has
Yes.
chosen from English vocabulary 100 most important words that will give you a guideline of life.
Living life in a simple way, no stress,
Yeah.
and prepared for anything, including death. No problem.
And I remember the strongest word that he chosen was offend.
Oh, I'm
Offense,
unoffendable.
all right? And he says, I
No
am unoffendable. So
offer
you can try.
anybody,
After
yeah.
the show, you try to offend him. And you can try that too.
Anybody that
See
offends me gets
if he's
$1,000.
offendable.
because it's impossible.
Okay. There you go.
Wow.
Oh
I'm
my
serious.
God!
I like
You
it.
want to bet?
You know, like in the gang cultures and that, which we all worry about, you know, if you look at a guy crooked, you might get shot, okay? So you have to just realize it's noise from a vacuum, and nothing is worth being upset about. It's just noise.
I did try several times
Oh, yeah, you're close.
when I put him in a debate with a Democrat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big
For
time.
example, Peter Choi.
Peter
Remember?
hates me. I love him.
He was almost on the verge. He was almost on the verge of getting upset
He was
or
working at
flip
it.
over the table or something. Remember that?
Yeah, Peter was an
Remember.
arm, so that was good. Yeah,
It wasn't armed. Neither were you, right?
not me. My heart's
right.
pure.
My dear friend, we love this team. We love what we do. At the GNE TV, at the EDI, with this ICT TV, we feel it is our obligation to, number one, bring what's happening, update to you, and this is number one job. And number two, when there's not that many breaking news, nobody kills anybody, nobody being killed by anybody, we want to take that moment in to sneak in to bring some necessary, positive information to you, to be educated, to at least imbue our life with the positivity. This is what we do. All right. And around all the faces, only Cece seems to be new. However, you look at the faces, all right? They kind of people with love. They kind of people with care each other. And in EDI, it's a team. So let's take a short moment out. We come back. I'm going to ask him, my mentor, to give us a little history of Thanksgiving.
I'd like
And
to.
then Dr. Bonnie Cui can do some supplement if he misses anything. And then I'm going to ask everybody what you are thankful of. How about that? All right, let's be right back. Hello, dear friends, lovely audiences, my dear brothers, my dear fellow Americans. How about that? Welcome back to the show, which is Thanksgiving special in celebration of the great holiday, Thanksgiving. To me, there are many holidays in a year, right? So if I really have to choose my number one is Thanksgiving. Why? Because it reminds me, wake up, Jack. It is a moment, it is always a moment to express your thankfulness to people, to things around you. When you open your eyes, if I quote from him, my friend Ken Hemming says, when I open my eye in the morning, I'm thankful to the fact that I'm still breathing.
I'm thankful every breath. True.
All right, so once again, I would like to introduce you one more time, my lovely team. Of course, he is a member of the team, EDI team. And last year he won the award in commemoration of his 200 shows. Right? On that, we welcome you as being a member of EDI.
Greatly honored. Greatly honored.
Thank you. So my team, my left-hand side, Paul James, right?
Yes.
A man who is loud all the time, smiles all the time. In comparison to him, a girl who is very shy, very quiet as my cat, Cece,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Is there a moment where you can scream or something like that?
I'm actually a loud person. Actually.
You're a
Yeah.
loud person?
Yeah, but
Okay,
today is
I'll
my-
show me
yeah.
next time.
Okay.
I'm in the next segment, okay? Now.
Okay.
And Ken Hemming, he's a lover to the community. I adore him a lot for his philosophy. And in most of the cases, he claimed himself to be constitutional. What a big word.
I love our Constitution.
Next to him, another shy girl, quiet girl. However, she's got a doctorate degree, so we have to, endear ourselves to her. Dr. Bonnie Cui, she's very
Beautiful.
quiet, all right? And I will ask you when we come back though, to be as loud as you can. Can you?
No.
Have you ever done that?
She's
Have you
honest.
ever done that before?
She's honest.
And have you ever yelled at anybody?
Yes, I guess.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to try it today?
Yell at me.
I
volunteer.
$45.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, good. Very good. Okay. Give us a little, because you're the eldest among us.
I came over on the I was a pilgrim.
Yeah, you're one of the writers.
Yeah, I was one of the row the boat. Well, briefly, I could say this is really
tell
good.
us a brave
The trip over here would have been kind of interesting and enjoyable for me because they primarily drank wine and beer. Because when they drank water, there was the
Salt water.
The negative things in the water that could kill you with infections and that were much more dangerous than drinking wine and beer because the alcohol kind of killed the impurities. So that was pretty interesting. They came here in 1620, then in 1621 was the first Thanksgiving. They were blessed, if you believe in miracles, they were blessed when they got here meeting a gentleman named Squanto, who was an Indian, and he had escaped from the British Empire as a slave, and he also spoke English. So he taught our pilgrims how to hunt, fish, and grow corn, and survive. What a beautiful guy, okay? And then when they had their first Thanksgiving, there were about 50 pilgrims. About half the people that came over had died during that first year. So it was pretty dangerous little activity. And about 90 Indians came, and they brought 3 deer with them to help celebrate for 3 days, eating and drinking and being merry, okay? And I wish some of us in America got out as well as they did at that time. And so the whole thing was just to be thankful for survival, thankful for the new world, and they were a successful community then. And one of the most interesting things is for the first year they practiced socialism, where they said everybody do your best, we'll split up everything equally. At the end of that year, all of a sudden some people were lazy, did nothing, others did it all. So they said that ain't going to work, okay? And so then they gave everybody a plot of land, and if you didn't take care of yourself, you die. So that's where capitalism and motivation to perform and succeed took over. And that's really kind of interesting, I think. So the first year, they kind of practiced socialism where everybody does what they can do and then they'll split up everything equally. And it didn't work because some people are lazy, just like nowadays, sometimes I am. And then some other people are more productive. And so it didn't work because the people that were doing all the work says, well, I'm not going to take care of you, Charlie. And so then they split up plots of land for everybody, every little unit, and they had to produce their own survival food and shelter and everything. And if not, maybe they don't make it. And not everybody did make it. Very high mortality rate in those days. But it was a blessing. And then it was, with deer and fish and corn, they had a 3-day celebration. And it was the birth of America, which I'm thankful for. Any other continent, I'm not sure, could have strangers come to kind of raw land and create what we now live in with our blessing. That's my speech.
Very well done. Very well done. That's quite a history class. All right. So, Dr. Bonnie say, is he inclusive?
Yeah, he actually introduced a history over 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's not just the beginning of Thanksgiving, but the development after Thanksgiving and the whole continent.
Exactly.
And do you remember where the turkey come from? What?
Can you be loud enough so that we can all hear
the first
you?
Thanksgiving was not turkey.
The first was not.
I don't
turkey.
think it was. It was venison and it was fish and like that, and maybe some other meat, maybe chickens or something.
So,
but
they
that-
thought
There were
turkey-
pumpkin for sure.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Sure. But the turkey I think came in later, and then it's been a tradition now at the White House where the president pardons turkeys from being lunch.
That's nowadays tradition. That's
It's a-
nowadays tradition.
Right, maybe only for the last 40 or 50 years. Yeah, it started with, I don't know, FDR or something like that.
Okay, Paul, how much do you know about Thanksgiving?
Well, a lot of the stuff that Ken talked about. I'm not sure either when the first turkeys started, because they would have had wild turkeys, I'm sure, running around in that part of the country back then. I mean, I don't know for sure, but yeah, I know. And of course, the Native Americans were here And then the Pilgrims got together with them, and that was like the first couple of, well, they didn't. I'm sure they didn't call it Thanksgiving. I don't know what they called it, but
Celebration.
just a celebration.
Yeah.
And then things, I guess, just caught on after the years, and we still celebrate today.
Okay, good. So to Sissy, now that you were educated in University of Ohio, though, what is your Ohio version of Thanksgiving?
Well, as,
Good question, right?
I think it's pretty much as same as other cities in states in America. But as a Chinese student, we do Thanksgiving dinner in Chinese way. Like we cook the turkey
Is that
in
what-
Chinese way.
Turkey, you do chicken, right?
Yeah. Yes.
The Chinese turkey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
And actually, we do have a lot of homeworks during Thanksgiving week. That's
Good.
sad, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. On the campus, was beer allowed?
On campus, actually, there is a. The Uptown is very close to our campus, and the main street there are a lot of bars there, so that you can just go to bars.
So you can go out of campus. Right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
very good. So whatever you say, my dear friend, Thanksgiving, well, those are the versions or version or whatsoever about Thanksgiving. But one thing for sure, that we can sum it up: a bunch of pilgrims, not knowing what their life would be, not knowing where their life will end, landed in a brand new place with a piece of land that has friendly people who offer them help in whatever way, whichever way they could, supported them with food, right, and trained them to how to fish, or the next second year trained them even how to plow, how to cultivate, and then they all survived. So by the year of 1621, they celebrate their first harvest, probably around now. So they dance, they drink whatsoever. That is what sets up the style of Thanksgiving. And then later, as to whichever day shall we celebrate Thanksgiving, we didn't have anything fixed until 1937. And that is to be on the fourth Thursday of November. That was documented by Congress, a law made by Congress. However, without a specific day, though, the Americans never stopped, never stopped of being thankful. You are old enough. You want to tell me, even during the wars, did we forget to be thankful?
Let me tell you, our servicemen, who I worship and cherish incredibly, they were always, sometimes in the war zone, you might not be able to get them a turkey, but believe me, like Bob Hope was there entertaining them, and they got entertainment, they got love all the time, and they ate as well as they could possibly do at the time. And we have to, with first responders and our servicemen and women, we can't survive without them. So I just give them my love every day.
Of course. And then they themselves are so thankful too. They are thankful for our support. They're thankful for our remembering them, right? So, and to people like your age, I don't necessarily have to check about your age though. Looking at the face will do the work, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So to you people, why we should be thankful?
Why? I think everybody should be thankful because we live on this planet and we share all the stuff together. And I think we should be appreciative to others' work. That's what I thought.
The reason I'm asking, of course, including Bonnie, Dr. Say, is that I'm not saying that our generation are better or whatsoever, or superior whatsoever. I'm talking about the older you are, the older you get, the more thankful you become.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So, when you were young, on Valley Boulevard, there are lots of Chinese restaurants. especially on weekends, you see those bunch of young kids mostly from China. They are called 富二代. Do you know the 富二代? The rich second generation, the rich second generation, the better off second generation,
They're well off.
whatever you
I know
may
a
call
lot
it,
of them.
right?
Yep.
They call it a whole table of food, and they drink like this last day on earth, right? And that they scream to the top of their lung whatsoever. They are not in the least case.
Cell phones.
Yeah, not in the least case thankful of anything around them. Who gave them that many food? Who gave them a lifestyle, right? Yeah. Well, probably you are older than those generation, but it's a fact, right? You notice that, Paul?
Yeah, it's like that. What's that movie? Crazy Rich Asian.
Oh,
Like that movie.
I've got to see that.
I still haven't seen it either, but
You gotta
I heard
see
it's
it.
really good.
Yeah,
From what I heard.
Funny.
But yeah, I mean, I guess they come over here and then they can adapt to the American traditions and everything, and hopefully they'll at least know a little of the history and they can understand of what Thanksgiving is all about. It's not just eating the turkey, even though that's what everybody likes, but like the real meanings behind it. So this is how basically we got started here in America.
all right,
Way,
good,
way back.
very good. My lovely audiences, Thanksgiving is it's a very common day, but we are discussing to the profound layer of Thanksgiving. Why are we doing so? We want to make it a constant call to people that we want to be thankful of always. You have have to have a mind full of thankfulness, right? So let's take a short moment now. We come back to continue to find out everybody of us, what are we thankful of? How about that, right? So be right back. Hello, my dear friend, my lovely audience, my dear fellow Angelinos, Californians, fellow Americans. Welcome back to the show talking about Thanksgiving. In other words, a moment to open our minds to each other, right? To the rest of the world. And then you want to go inside and ask yourself a question. Have you been thankful? So, do you owe anything, right, to the fact that you are still alive? Or at least, right? So this is the moment. By doing that, we celebrate the holiday of Thanksgiving. With me today are my wonderful colleagues. My left hand first, we have Paul James, newscast, and for English, right?
Yes.
And my direct left hand, Sissy Chow. She is a news editor. She is she graduated from University of Ohio, right? And my friend Ken Hemming, another member of EDI, who's been staying with us for more than 4 years, almost 5. Mm-hmm. And to his right, we have Dr. Bonnie Cui, who has the highest education so far among us, right? We all, from all different angles of life, as you can see also from different age group, right? Gender group. Together, we put our thoughts on the table for the same subject, or common subject. Why are we being thankful of? I'll start with Dr. Cui. Why are we being thankful of?
You mean why?
Why?
Why? Well, we are we are living because of everybody else. Actually, I think Like you cannot live by yourself. So this is like you are like this is necessary. It's a nature to be sexual, like human. We are first. It's good for yourself, and it's also necessary for the society. We are not living in a vacuum, so we have to connect and social with everybody else, and we're taking stuff from everybody else. So sometimes we forgot to set for those things like we get from everybody else. But this is time to remind you that you need to sex for, like not only today, but every day.
Very good point. Very good point. I wonder if you heard her precisely. After all, her whole point is that we human beings are kind of like, if I use the term, gregarious.
Right.
Right?
Gregarious, right.
So we live together. We choose to live together. Like say, if you're a tiger, you choose to stay yourself away from the rest of you folks, right? You never see tigers come in a big mess, right? So we people, human beings, are kind of the gregarious style of human being, of animal. That by being gregarious though, you cannot avoid the fact that you have to cope along with others, right? You order to cope along with others. Well, I believe Dr. Say has a good philosophy. You really have to shape yourself into a mind that you are always thankful of what's around you, so that you're accepted. Am I right?
I have an interesting thought.
Okay, very good. And I'm going to ask you, why are we doing so?
Yeah, well, one thing I'll say, on TV this morning, they're already planning big plans for the 400th anniversary of Thanksgiving next year. So, and even in their plans, there's all kinds of political considerations and all this jazz that comes in
2020.
here. But now about this, what you said, which is very, very true. But also, I spend a lot of days alone at my house playing with my brain, and having fun and creating things. And I've realized that I'm writing an article about this, about the tremendous opportunity when you are alone to truly appreciate and enjoy life without interruptions. You go out in society and you have no pure time to just think about life and think about what qualities you admire and how you want to live. And so when I'm home by myself, my goodness, it really is a focus on life and appreciation of that ability. So never be lonely. And a person doesn't have to be lonely. It's a natural thing sometimes to feel lonely. But if you like yourself and if your brain works, and I can play with my brain forever and not be lonely. But so there's a real opportunity when alone to truly appreciate life. And then what am I primarily thankful for? Freedom. I've asked probably hundreds of Chinese, why did you come to America? Because I'm in a community. They all say freedom. Freedom is not, I mean, it doesn't exist in a lot of places on planet Earth. We're free and we have choices. And we also have to make our dreams come true ourselves, because really nobody gives you your dream unless it's a big wedding ring from your sweetheart.
It doesn't come free. Okay? It doesn't come free. No. It never did.
Yeah, and you can never assume, I don't believe that we're entitled to all dreams coming true. We have to put our efforts in, and freedom is cherished.
Very good. I love it. I love that statement. And his whole point, I like one term very much. He said, when I'm alone playing with my own brain. I like that term.
That's what I do.
I like that expression. So I do recommend people, my friends, enjoy some moment when you play alone with your own brain. That will allow you some moments of thinking. And the second point he made it, there's nothing that comes for free. People paid for it, sometimes with life, such as freedom, though.
Yes.
Never take anything for granted. So that goes exactly. Why are we never taking anything for granted? Because we got to be thankful of. Very good.
Exactly.
And to this young lady, Sissy, what's your take?
Me?
You might have different angles.
Actually, I think I I think samely as Bonnie said. I think like everybody lives, we as human, we live together, so we actually enjoy others' work. But sometimes we don't remember that this is something from others, and we just take it for granted actually. But so that's why I think we should be thankful for everything on the earth. I think that's what I thought. Yeah.
All right, good. And of course, nobody succeeds alone, as the old saying says, right? Even though talking about Microsoft has their success based on somebody else, and then based on somebody else, and you all succeed yourself standing on somebody else's shoulders. It is something you really have to appreciate, to be appreciative to somebody below you, something like that, or somebody around you, or somebody next to you, right? So, hey, Paul, what's your take?
Well, again, it's a great day to be with your family, with your friends. Be thankful for what you had, and maybe think back for the past year of some of your blessings that you've gotten, and think about what's coming up ahead. And I heard somebody say, and I thought, that's a good reason why I like Thanksgiving is, again, you get together with people, but you don't have to buy anybody a gift. You'll do that next month, but for this month, it's just more
That's
about
cool.
your family, your friends, enjoying a good meal, and like I say, just being glad that you're here in our country.
All right, good. And to me, I want to say my take that every country has its own culture, right? And especially in our country, United States, we have a culture of diversity, right? We have all kinds of people coming from all directions of the world, right? So now, in order to put people together to think, to play with their own brain in one unique way, in one way altogether, is that you want to activate the bottom of their mind. In the bottom of any human mind, though, there is something called thankfulness. You really have to dig that out. By digging that out, though, people would understand that the philosophy or the rule, they never take anything for granted. Everything has to have a reason. I remember that was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you told me that you were thankful for your childhood. You had a little problem that you came over.
Oh, I'm very lucky I'm alive. I knocked off polio when I was 9 years old, 4 months in one bed, all kinds of kids dying around me and crippled. And I survived an 8.5-hour malignant melanoma cancer operation at age 27. Would have been dead in 2 months, except they cut me up good. I have a beautiful, huge scar on my back, which I think is very attractive. So, yeah, I mean, I never, ever take anything for granted, and I've dedicated my entire life to appreciation. That is a very, very big word. Appreciate. I appreciate sitting here with you guys. Are you kidding me? It's a joy. But everything needs to be appreciated, and I do it.
Very good. In everybody's life, though, there is a moment that you really want to be thankful of, right? So, Dr. Say, what's your moment?
Well, for now, I'm thinking there may be someone I forgot to thank. And I think those people have given me a lot of stuff. Maybe I just attribute it to good luck, but it's actually everybody else's contribution.
Yeah. She made a good point.
Yeah.
Made a good point.
And
By that,
To say thank you to people and,
Sure.
and give compliments
Sure.
when possible.
By the,
right, and for today, I'm just remembering this year, at the end of this year, and two very brilliant people have passed away, Stanley, and the other is the Chinese writer Jin Yong. Those two people have influenced me very much when
Very
I grew
good,
up. So
very good.
they give me a new perspective to view the world. So I just need to say thank you for them.
all right.
Stan was amazing.
Even though she's
Amazing.
quiet, she really talks about some heavy duty stuff.
Yeah, no.
Those are the heavy duty stuff, right? Okay, my dear folks, let's take a short moment out. We come back. We want to come to a conclusion that we all have to create a list from A to Z who I forgot to be thankful of. How about that?
Yeah.
Right? Hello, my dear friend, my lovely audiences. Welcome back to the show, Jack Chow on the East West Show with ICT TV. And the same group of EDI, same group of GNE TV. Only we are one step closer to a better human being because we did play a little bit with our own brain. Like, as a result, we started to realize that if I quote from Dr. Tsui, who is on the right-hand side of Ken Hemming, that she says that we always want to think a second time who we forgot to be thankful of. That's a very good point, right? So now, I want to provide the next few minutes to each of you to use this camera to express your special thanks to. For example, we can start from Paul and use the camera as your platform to express your special thanks to somebody that may watch your show and to deliver your appreciation. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Well, I'm, just happy and thankful to here for another year, and doing the show on the various radio stations that we're on, between the news and East to West. I also do some part-time work at another radio station, so I'm thankful for that. Obviously thankful for my family. I always enjoy getting together with them. It's going to be on Thanksgiving Day, so we all get together. You just kind of and think back of all the good things, and like Bonnie had mentioned, some of the people that had passed away. So yeah, I think about that too. So just overall, it's good, and obviously thankful for our country here that we can have the freedoms that we have compared to a lot of other places in the world. And when I do the news every day, especially the international news, and I see some of the things that go on there, and I realize, I said, wow, I'm happy that I'm here in the good old USA.
Yeah. All right, good. Hallelujah. All right, good. Let's move to Cece, please. What do you think?
I would like to thank my parents. I think they are the most, they're the first two person in my life that I should say thank you every day, actually. But Chinese, we don't express ourselves a lot. So, but every time when my father support me economically, I think, I think he's
financially.
Yeah, financially. Okay. So every time when he gives me money and everything,
you still do so?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I just graduated.
I want to see a red face. You're not coming red.
She's not blushing.
No, I mean, I just graduated, so I still need some financial support. Yeah.
Not now, right? You used to.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah. So every time when my father do that, I think he is expressing his love to me, but I always too shy to say thank you, Father, or I love you, Father, kind of thing. So in this special day, I think I should say thank you to my father.
Yeah, say it loudly. Say, Daddy, thank you very much. Say it again.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Mom. Thank you very much.
Sure, I wish they can see that, right? So there's a moment of reciprocation. Do parents want reciprocation? Not at all. I mean, materially. Yeah. So you're saying, Mom and Dad, thank you very much, right? That's the best reciprocation they could be waiting for, right? Say that. My dear friend, my dear audiences, use the moment, pick up the phone, or use your whatever WeChat or something, say, Mom, Dad, thank you very much for having brought me up. I can't do it because I do not have a dad and a mom. They are elsewhere now. All right? Before it's too late to say something, do something. And then your coworker, your boss, your employee of your department, whatsoever, say something. And say something. Bob, thank you very much. And Jenny, thank you very much, like that kind of thing, right? So start with you.
Yeah.
How do you want to?
Well, one, I want to be thankful to my daughter for being pregnant for 27 months, so I could have 3 great grandkids. And I
good.
also want to thank my friend from Thailand, Ying. That Jack knows she's back in Thailand now. But when she was here with me, she just kept, Ken, you need some work. So as a result of her motivation, I'm down 18 pounds in 6 weeks.
Good. That works.
And I love my shadow a little more.
That works.
It works.
That works.
Motivation.
That works. Yeah, I know Yin. I hope you heard that, right?
Yeah.
So next time you see him, pinch him more.
I will send a link to this.
Just to
of
poke
the
on
show.
the, poke on anywhere, right? I can
Changed my life.
Sure, very good. And to Dr. Tsui, who do you want to express your special thanks to, please?
Well, like first of all, I think my parents and also my the friends I cherish, and and also my special thanks to my best friend who's living in Texas now, and she is giving a birth to her first beautiful baby.
Great.
So she, although I'm really busy working, and she still like sharing all the happiness, no matter if I respond on time or not. So yes, and thank you very much.
Very good.
Love
Very
that.
good. Very, very good. And I believe that our ladies today are doing much better than last year. And you, I recognize that you talk a lot more,
Yeah,
a lot more than last year.
Right, I
But it took-
gradually like recognize.
But
your
it took
work
too
by
long.
me.
But it took
Yeah,
too
right.
long. Well, your
Yeah.
time.
You're good. You're good.
It took
Wait till
too
next
long.
year.
All right,
Yeah,
took
next
too long.
year will be
Wait till
better.
next year, right? Things that, like I said, if you were a year older, you are a year mature. Am I right? When you are a year mature, you are a year more in thinking that way. You quote from him, in playing with your own brain.
Beautiful.
Right? Okay, now, Sissy mentioned one important thing that I would like to point out, right? I'm sorry, you do not know the Chinese custom,
Okay.
right? Compare the Chinese custom with the English-speaking nations. Our shortcoming is that we are too lazy on the lips to say thank you.
Well, let me just say one thing. I guarantee you, I have taught and encouraged at least 100 Chinese to tell their parents or their kids, I love you. Because they don't do
Exactly.
it. And I say, just say it, practice, I love you. Go tell
Exactly.
your mother tonight, I love you. Go tell your dad tonight. I preach that all the time.
Exactly.
Because I do
Exactly.
understand that part of the culture.
And she says, even, of course, she knows exactly how much indebted she is with her parents, right, for helping her, for brought her up, for bringing her up, this whole thing.
And for life.
And yet she says, reluctant on the lips.
Let
to
it out,
express
spit it out.
Yeah.
Correct that, my dear friend.
Well, it's just
Listen
the
to me.
cultural difference, like
Yes.
the or express or
Cultural difference,
emotion
yes.
differently.
But
so
you can change it.
maybe, well, like in
We do it in
America.
It's
actions.
not bad to
Yeah,
tell
we do
somebody
it
you
in
love them.
action. So, like in America, you don't have the responsibility to like care your parents
Parents.
until their deaths, but we
Yeah.
do. Like we
Yeah.
pay.
That's how
Yeah.
we say thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Sure.
how we really
So
say thank you.
try that. Start it today,
Right, it's
even
just
to your
different.
husband.
Right.
I
think
wonder.
it's a good
I know
way
you were
to say
married,
it.
right? I know you were married, and she is not. You're not.
No, I'm not married.
She is not married too.
You're not married.
You're not married?
Okay.
I'm not
To your-
married. Jesus, holy cow.
Let's party.
Okay.
No wonder I'm lonely.
Oh my God! Nobody get married.
Thank
Okay,
you.
no, nobody married. So anyway, even to your boyfriend, right? I love you, honey. I love you.
No,
I love you
absolutely.
again and again and again,
Right.
repeatedly. And I'm proud of myself. Okay, and Peter, when Peter saw my son Andrew,
Yes, yes.
he said to me the worst and the best thing he said to me about me.
Yeah.
He says, Jack, you really have done a great job bringing Andrew up.
Good.
My son Andrew.
Right.
My son, from a baby till now, he's 24. everything I do to him, I get a thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba.
That's good.
All the time. All the time. Thank you, Baba. All the time. Big or small.
But I just want to interject that, though, if an American is a quality person, been brought up with good standards and personal values, they will take care of their parents, just like you say. It's not an obligation, it's an honor.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's an
exactly.
honor. It's
Exactly.
much deeper than an obligation.
And also, I mean, you, the three of us, are from Chinese origin, right? I'm not exactly criticizing the Chinese origin.
No.
I'm talking about when there is a chance to improve. Why can't we improve?
Well, I just think it's not like this one is higher than or better
No,
than
right.
the other, but it's like different ways
Different
to
ways to
expression.
And also, we are lazy. We are lazy to say sorry when we are really sorry.
Especially parents.
Yeah, yeah, especially parents, right? So those are the problem too, right? What if we use Thanksgiving as a good moment to improve ourselves, to learn to say thank you as much as possible, to learn to say sorry as much as possible? I give you an example.
And I love you.
I give you an example, right? And in a restaurant, when somebody serve you, and there goes the servant, goes the waitress, and with a plate of your food, say, "I'm sorry." Put the food there, right? She says she's sorry. She bothers you, interrupt your conversation whatsoever, but not that much necessary. Here's your food whatsoever, right? And on the contrary, on way back, the soup got spilled, and it stained your pan. Oh yeah. How come you did that? Oh yeah, well, you might have squeezed it to the other side a little more. So at the moment when she really needs to say sorry, she says no, right? And the moment not necessarily with a sorry, she says oh, sorry. So that sorry doesn't have its meaning of being sorry. Am I right?
Yeah.
So now, do you agree? Do you agree? Do you agree? Do you agree? Use this moment though. We do something a little bit. So one thing a day is better than forever nothing. Am I right?
Yes.
So let's do something to learn to say, I love you. Right? To learn to say, thank you. To learn to say, I'm sorry. That's not that difficult. Try it. Try it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not that difficult, right?
Well, and also give compliments when deserved. People love to be
Oh, yes.
complimented.
The compliment.
You know,
yeah.
I do it all the time. I've never had anybody get mad at me for giving it. But if you give an inappropriate compliment that's not sincere from your heart, people know it and they're going to think you're an idiot.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
beautiful compliments are fantastic. And I'll tell you, Paul's voice is awesome. You've got to find out where
Yeah,
he is
yeah,
on
yeah,
radio
sure,
and listen to him because he projects beautifully.
Yeah,
That's my
exactly.
compliment.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I recall in your book, and you gave lots of space to the discussion of the word compliment,
Absolutely.
right?
It's
And I
great.
can share something with my audience and with each of you, though. You know how to spell compliment,
Yeah.
right? I give you a hint. There's the I in the middle,
You know, that's-
not an E. I. Everybody thinks that I like a compliment.
Yeah.
Would that be a
It's
mnemonic?
an I. Yeah.
Well, that could be a mnemonic, right? So keep that in mind that I like a compliment. And you must like say the same thing, I like compliment. So compliment spells with an I in the middle. How about that?
It's a beautiful thing to do, to share a compliment, you know. And I come up compliment men and women, you know. A guy, why, you shine your own shoes, they're beautiful. Nobody gets mad. You know, guy,
yeah,
hey, you
sure,
look great,
sure.
you know. And I just got a compliment in the parking lot. Jack was there, one of your guys that works here, he says, my God, you lose weight? I told him I loved him.
Oh, yes.
Because he noticed, remember?
He almost started dancing.
Yeah. You know, but see, it's really lovely. They've got to be appropriate compliments, so they got to be.
But you didn't
true.
mention the poking part.
Well, oh, yeah, no, that's right.
The
No,
yin
she said,
poking part.
you need
You
work.
need like that. All right. So let's stretch our discussion a little more by one step more. Okay, I'm going to ask you, and ask you, if in the whole world of the 70 billion people, or 7 billion people, everybody is as thankful as we call for, is there a chance for a war?
Oh, if everybody was?
Yeah, if everybody was.
Well, not
Is there a
everybody's
chance
blessed
of
with
war?
the beautiful existence
It's
we
hard
have.
to
People
say.
still fight?
Yeah, if you love each other, there's no war.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. If everybody
There's
gets
no war.
along, yeah.
There's no war, all right? So you don't have to say peace, peace, peace. You may yell from the top of your lung whatsoever. Just to say, to be thankful. You, me, he, she, whoever.
Right.
Let's all be thankful. There will be never a war. Am I right? Okay. All right, my dear friend, it looks that everybody agrees with me, including those shy girls. And of course, I know
They have the power.
I know they
They have the
support. I know they support me. With me today, Paul, Sissy, Bonnie, and Cam. They are all the closest friends. And of course, by the way, only we have too small a table. Otherwise, I will have 20 of them.
That's true.
all join me. So thus we celebrated the Thanksgiving of 2018. We want to see you next year, 2019.